Hi there, this is John Everest and I want to give you a tutorial on the three-phase daylight calculation method using Honeybee Plus. I'm doing this simply because I was refreshing myself with the method via Honeybee Plus, and I think there's a few. Basically, I just want to share the knowledge. It takes a little while to get your head around it. There used to be the Honeybee Legacy. There's a lot of tutorials out there for free. Honeybee Plus, I can't seem to find anything unless you wanna pay for the official tutorials. So let me just sort of I'm just going to go through it. You get what you pay for, and this is free. But hopefully it's going to be useful to some people. So let's just dive straight into it. When you download the sample files, I think I got these from GitHub. It was like this morning, but I can't remember. But somewhere out there are the sample files, and I'm pretty sure it came from GitHub. When you download it, it comes with all these tutorials. This isn't in here. I just put that in there. With how to do most of the methods, and you've got basically there's the two phase, the three phase, the five phase. I am going to talk you through the three phase method here. Note also that what comes with these are the two types of XMLS files, which are basically they describe the window distributions that we're going to use. I'll touch on it later on possibly, but it is I'm not going to go into detail. It's way beyond the scope. So we're going to be looking at number 8, three phase, one grid based. So I don't need that anymore. Here, so here it is when it opens. It looks exactly like this. Let me get rid of that for a moment. Right, when you open it at the time of recording, which is January 2019, notice when you download the tutorial, it comes with version 05. But if you go to Food for Rhino and download the latest stable version, it's version 4. So what happens is it's basically picking up errors because it's looking for it's referencing scripts that are specific to version 5 and not version 4. This happens there and in a few other places. We're going to go through and correct them, and I will talk you through as I go. First thing you've got to do is obviously you've got to make the EPW file path specific to your machine. So I sort of put it here just so it's just nice and quick. So I'm just using London, typical reference year. You want to be using for client-based daylight modeling, unless you have a very specific reason. You want to be using the reference year. Don't be using the summer year or anything like that. Okay, so in that goes, and it's still broken because it's still looking for things that aren't there. If I plug it into the version 4, all works nice. So EPW file is it is a database of climate data from recorded around the world. And what we are doing is converting it into what's called a weather file, or sorry, a WEA file, which is specific to DaySim and Radiance. Yeah, so it's taking the bits that Radiance wants and just reformatting it into a more convenient way for Radiance. And we're going to plug that into the weather part. And what this bit does here is a sky matrix. So that is now taking that weather data and turning it into sky vectors. And what I mean by that is it is sort of carving up the sky dome. So carving up sky dome and assigning sort of brightnesses for every hour of the year. Yeah, so as the sun comes up, certain parts of the dome are going to be brighter and others are going to be dimmer. On if the reference year says it's cloudy at certain times, it will simulate that. Yeah, that feeds into the three-phase recipe. Then we need actually I'm getting ahead of myself here because what I could be showing you is this is the geometry that comes with it. Yeah, it's just a simple room, and it's got some side windows, south-facing window, skylight, and an obstruction. Nice and simple. And if I pull back over here, calculation points. There. Right, I'm just going to make that active, and it's got a grid there. I am going to change that to I'm guessing that's half. Oh no, that is a meter. I'm going to change that to 2 meters because it'll make the calc run quicker. Okay, so there we go. 2 meter points. I don't know. Point. Well, oh yeah, there you go. 0.75 off the floor. Standard stuff. Standard stuff. Right. So what else we got? Okay. So we've got our sky match. So we've described what the sky does in London or wherever you choose it to be, and what else we got here? So we've described the calculation grid. I'm not going to touch on any of these, to be honest. When I fed stuff into that, it doesn't actually seem to do anything. But that's beyond the scope of this tutorial. My goal here is just to get you through the tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to actually I'll leave that red so you know the places that are going to fail if you're doing this immediately. Down at the bottom here, this one's red for the obvious reason that this is not specific to my computer. So what I need to do is take this file path, paste it in here. Now, here's another thing. Hang on a minute. Sample files, right? XML. So if I get that and you think, okay, so I've duplicated that, it's still not working. Can anyone see why? Because you have to put the little slash at the end there. Yeah. If you just copy and paste from Windows, it won't give you that and it won't work. And that's why are you not failed to import. Okay, so there's another example of what I need to do is go up to the there we go, radiance by scattering direction function material. I always forget what it I know what it does, I just forget what it stands for, which is kind of ironic really, because I've done it to death. Yeah, okay, look, and that's all working now, and yeah. And on to the next error, right? Okay, so we've fixed that, and I'll fix these and then I'll tell you what they mean. Have I got the same problem going on here? BDS method has no attribute, is opaque. Yeah, I think I need to go to window group. Yeah, go over here, look. You see there's window surface, window group. What we want is a window group. I'm probably going to cut the tutorial actually in a minute and I'll tell you the difference because it is important between window groups. I'll talk you through all this, but like I said, I'm literally just replicating what they've already done. Rad material. Yes. Yeah. Right. Right. You belong there. You are now redundant. I'll leave it there just so you can see what you're replacing. And what else am I doing? Right. Name. Rad material. It doesn't have any other states. And I just need to check that's not going to start. No, it's set to false. You see that up there? You sort of it's run the rad calc, but you want that on false just so it doesn't, every time you change something, it doesn't fire up a calc. Okay. So yep. And all right, and sample files context. No, I think that's the same problem, isn't it? So you go over here to rad, yeah, nice. Okay. So yeah, actually, this is a logical place to cut, isn't it? So first thing is, so should you be doing this tutorial and the Food for Rhino is giving you version 4 of the Honeybee Plus plugin. This tutorial is giving you version 5. You need to check that. That might be why you're getting lots of errors. So actually, you know what? It's looks a bit ugly on my screen, doesn't it? I'm killing them. Right, there we go. So now, so if I was to click go, it would run the calc. In the next, I'm going to cut it. In the next tutorial, I'm going to talk you through. I touched on what these bits did. Now I'm going to talk you through what these bits do. Okay, right. So let's take a break. How do I stop this recording?